kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say, show enough.
Yo, what is up, people? Shonuff the King here, back with another G.I. Joe video, and today I am fresh off of watching the Yo Joe June live stream from Hasbro on YouTube. I got a lot of thoughts. We got a lot of stuff to cover, so we're going to just jump straight into it. First off, overall, what did I think of the event? I thought it was just okay. There were some things that I really liked, but then there was a lot of things that I was not happy with. I'm gonna go through in detail. We're gonna talk about the reveals. We're gonna talk about the news, and then again, we're gonna talk about some of the things that they revealed that we got right, some of the things that we got wrong, and just kind of see overall how I felt about this event and what I think they could have done better. But before I get into that, you know it's time for that shameless plug. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel for the Magnerd Podcast, which is MAGNERD Podcast. Link will be in the description below. Make sure that you guys thumbs down the video, comment, let me know your thoughts. Let's get this YouTube algorithm popping so my message can get spread out more and more to Hasbro so that they know exactly what we think from a logical perspective. All right, let's go. So, as I said before, Yo Joe June was today, 11 a.m., just finished. I'm recording this fresh off, so again, my thoughts are just right here in my head. So again, I don't have a script. I usually just go off the top of the head. That's just how I do it. What did I think about the event? So first thing I want to talk about is I did get it right. One of the predictions that I had is I said that they were going to do a reissue of the Target exclusives, and they did announce that. So those who did not get their hands on the Baroness and the Coil Bike, Beachhead, Baroness, and the Cobra Troopers are all getting re-releases. They did not actually tell us how those re-releases are going to happen. They didn't tell us when these re-releases are going to happen. They just said stay tuned to their social medias for that information. Again, I think I know why they did that, but I'm going to talk about that a little bit at the end to kind of like gather my thoughts on that. So again, I'll touch base on that. Just remember, I will come back to that. So as far as the older figures, they mentioned it very briefly up front. Again, I was a little disappointed about that. I think they should have kind of given us a more detailed explanation as to what they're doing, but at least they acknowledge that the rollout for these figures have not been great, and that's probably the first time I've ever actually heard them admit that they kind of fucked up on the actual release of those figures. So again, that's a little bit of accountability, not enough for my personal taste, but again, I understand from a corporate mentality, that's just kind of how they have to do it. So I'm just going to, take that and move on from it. Then they actually started jumping into some of the reveals, which I'm going to show you guys right now. And the first reveal that they went over was actually the heavy artillery roadblock. Now, this is our fourth roadblock release. I don't know what their obsession is with roadblock. I think we actually got more roadblocks than we did Snake Eyes. So who knew roadblock was this popular? Now, that being said, I will say that out of all the roadblocks that we've gotten thus far, this is my favorite. I definitely think what they did was they took the feedback from the first roadblock that we got, where it was like kind of like cartoony and it was kind of like too futuristic, and they kind of did away with that with the second release of roadblock, where it was kind of like the Cobra Island exclusive roadblock with the little tank top on, and they kind of gave him the same gun, but they kind of got rid of all the like bright colors, and then they released him again a third time with the more futuristic but also kind of like toned down colors. And then now here we are with the fourth version, where all those futuristic looks are completely gone, and this is just an army roadblock. They gave him a brand new head sculpt. They gave him a nice little helmet. They gave him a new Gatling gun that looks like an actual Gatling gun with a removable drum, and they gave him like a hand cannon as well and a holster for him. So out of the different roadblocks that we've got thus far, this is definitely my favorite one. So it's going to be a Amazon exclusive that comes out at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you guys are prepared for that. They did say that Hasbro Pulse will have limited quantities, but they didn't say that it was going to be a for Pulse Premium members. So basically, I would expect those to be sold out. But again, usually with Amazon, I've never really seen an issue with getting stuff or having it be sold out very quickly. So there is hope that you guys will be able to get that. Now, second up, and actually my favorite release, is actually a Snake Eyes 2-pack with Timberwolf. Like, I have to tell you guys, when that shit popped up on screen, like, my jaw dropped for one specific reason: that Timberwolf. Like, I gotta tell you, I have the deluxe Snake Eyes right now, and the one thing that I had been missing, that I had been looking for online, was a Timberwolf. Like, I had been looking at, like, I had been going into craft stores like Hobby Lobby, trying to go to like their little miniature animal section to try to find something that I can kind of take photos and pose like a wolf with my Snake Eyes. Like, I have been looking for months, well over a year, for a wolf that was in the 6-inch scale. Like, I was looking on Ami, I was looking on eBay. Hell, I went on to Etsy trying to find a damn wolf to go with my Snake Eyes, and then bam, Hasbro hits us with the Timber Snake Eyes 2-pack, and I was super excited. So I am definitely going to give you guys your props on that. I did not see this coming, and I am very, very excited. And again, as you guys can see, he comes with multiple weapons. The Timber has multiple articulation points in his waist, his head, his arms, his legs, and his hooves. They all move. And they even gave him an alternate head, an alternate angry, snarling face head. It doesn't get any better than that. Like, come on. Like, again, I not sure about the release date. Again, they did say watch their social media, but it didn't say that this was a Cobra Island exclusive. So I'm not sure how this is coming out. So again, just stay tuned. I'm pretty sure the social media will kind of give clarification, but this will not be up for pre-order as far as I know at 1 p.m. All I know that's up at pre-order is the heavy artillery roadblock. All right, so then they actually revealed BBQ. Now, this was a figure that a lot of people were looking for. I know there was a lot of people excited about this BBQ, and I think they nailed it. They came with his classic axe, and they also gave him a more vamped up, like kind of like Viking axe. He also comes with his fire extinguisher, and it comes with a hose with an attachment that comes on and off. This figure looks amazing. I know there was a lot of people asking him for a headless version, and I definitely think there'll probably be a re-release later on down the line for that, but I think for right now, this BBQ was spot on. It was perfect. And again, unfortunately, it's a Cobra Island exclusive, so it's a Target exclusive, so it's going to be very, very hard to get. And again, it's going to be problematic. So, but it is released, and again, that was one of the things that was talked about that we got right. And finally, we got this other release, and I believe his name is Breaker, and he comes with the cycle. And honestly, I'm not familiar with Breaker. Like I said, I am a fan of G.I. Joe, but I do not remember Breaker. So again, forgive me. I don't know a lot about his character at all, but I do know that this dirt bike that he comes with is very cool. It comes with a sidecar that attached with a Gatling gun, and he also comes with a helmet that has like this little heads up, vision goggle display. Again, he does look super cool, and again, it is definitely something that's going to be a hard to find item. But I think when I talked about this, I think we all thought this was going to be Dr. Mindbender with the trouble bubble, and we were wrong. So instead of the trouble bubble, it looks like it's going to be the cycle with Breaker. So that's one thing that we ended up getting wrong, or I got wrong. Now, one thing that I will say is that something tells me that when they say Yo Joe June, this is not going to be the only live stream. Like, they didn't say it explicitly, but I noticed that this live stream was strictly focused on Joe's, and the only Cobra thing that they talked about was Major Blood. And the only reason why they really talked about Major Blood is because he had already been revealed. So I think that's the only reason why they talked about him. But 99% of this thing was talking about Joe's. So something tells me that they're probably going to have another live stream in a couple of weeks. to talk about more exclusives, and they'll probably be more focused on Cobra at that point. And again, I think then they'll probably announce Dr. Mindbender at that point in time. All right. So honestly, that was the only reveals that they did. They also talked about some of the movie stuff. They talked about an RC car from Jada Toys and some of those diecast miniature Joes. But again, I'm not really here for that. I'm only really here for the classified stuff. So the thing that I wanted to get back to, what I was talking about originally, is when they were talking about the release date for pre-orders for the Cobra Island things. Now, they said stay tuned for their social media. And I think the reason why they did that is because I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to find a way to get these things announced so that they don't tip off the scalpers. So I think what's going on is that if they say, hey, the G.I. Joe exclusive figures are going to go up on Target at 1 p.m. for a pre-order, then that's basically letting all the scalpers know, hey, this is our opportunity to jump on this. Let's get this done. And then that's going to end up just screwing everybody else over, because again, it's going to be, everybody's going to be pissed. Everybody's going to be trying to get their hands on it, and they're not going to be able to do it because the scalpers are going to use their bots, and it's going to be a wrap. So again, I think honestly that's what's been going on, and it's going to be a problem if they do it that way. So that's why I think that they did it that way. Now, here's what I didn't like about the event. What I didn't like about the event is I didn't like that there was no transparency. Like, again, if you looked at the chat strings, all there was talking about was no more Target exclusive, no more Target exclusives. And one of the biggest things that I asked on my wish list was to talk about distribution, and they didn't do that. So I have to slap your hands, Hasbro, because again, I definitely think you owe it to the fans to give us a mindset into what's going on with the distribution. How can you fix this? How can you make things better? I think you guys mentioning it for like 30 seconds is not good enough. Like, you deserve to fall on the sword and give us assurances that we're not going to be getting the same things that we were getting in all of 2020 and then so far in 2021. So again, I definitely am upset that they did not give us a more concrete explanation as to how they're going to fix this Target stuff and scalpers and all this other things. But, and again, I don't like saying scalpers because honestly, the people that are getting their hands on these figures are collectors. So at the end of the day, yes, these things are getting sold online, but that's just more of a supply and demand thing. I don't think that the scalpers themselves are grabbing all the stock and taking everything. I think it's collectors taking everything. And again, it's not, doesn't make it better, but I just hate using that word scalper so freely. I think we need to just kind of focus on other collectors, because again, it's other collectors that is taking this stuff, plain and simple. Now, again, at the end of the day, I wanted to have seen more Cobra figure releases, but again, looking at it now, it just seems to me that this was strictly focused on Joe's and not really focused on Cobra at the time. So there's still time for us to get some more information on those releases. So again, overall, I thought it was just an okay reveal. I love that Timber and Snake Eyes reveal. The barbecue looks fantastic. I mean, the reveals that they did, I was excited about. I just wish there was more. And again, that's just me being a G.I. Joe fan, but I know hopefully they'll get their shit together on distribution. I will myself be trying to get online at 1 o'clock this afternoon to try and get my hands on some of these figures. So hopefully you guys will be able to get your hands on it as well. Please stay tuned for more content. If you guys are following my Instagram, you saw that I was live posting all the reveals, so you guys can go there to see that as well on my Instagram, which is Magnerd Podcast. Again, make sure you guys comment in the section below, thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel. This is Showing Off the King, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.